Fortunately for you, but unfortunately for me, today we will be doing another haul video. I've collected some stuff from the dollar store, and there's also some stuff that I've had for a while that I want to show you. I feel kind of bad. I'm supposed to be getting rid of stuff. We are supposed to be doing anti-haul, and I'm supposed to be showing you the collection that I have of miniatures, but I guess we're gonna, take a look. This is what's going on here. You can see here, I don't know if I noticed this, I mentioned it before, I don't really like the way that this whole diorama comes apart in pieces. So I don't really like they're not all flat. There might be something I can do about that. I might be able to put screws in these or some kind of brackets to make them a little more flat and straight and flush. Then I would probably like a little more, but my platforms are warped. And I made it this way because these are all segments. This is 9 segments that can all be twisted and turned around, and we are going to get into that a little more and a little bit into this video too. But I don't know, it's kind of bothering me. But again, can be disguised with the right rug like we're doing there in the back room. You can see that I put my tables together, and I also put this chair together. Should I talk about that? I guess so. I decided, here, we'll have to just take this off. I had 4 coasters because they came in the pack. I showed them in the last haul from the last time. And I liked the tables so much like this when I put the coasters from the Diorama in Canada and the glass holder, the tea light holder from the Dollar Tree. And I even like these little dabs of glue. So far, I don't know, I haven't really hot glued anything together. That's not really my style. That's why I use wood, and I like to use wood glue to glue it. I like things to be a little more stable. I'm not a make diorama stuff out of paper and cardboard kind of guy, because, I don't know, it's just more realistic and real to make things out of real wood, and that's the things I like. Don't get me wrong, I love paper, and I love making things with paper. Maybe we will explore that in the future, but nonetheless, this table came out so well, and I put them in the back, and I decided I'm not going to make a chair out of these legs. I'm going to make more of these tables because they're so wonderful. We'll have to touch on these plants in a second that I made. But nonetheless, I used these Dollar Tree, what were they, book stands, picture stands, plate stands, whatever they are, and I put one together. Now somebody on, I'm sorry, I'm not good at remembering names or anything. You know what I'm going to do? Somebody on Instagram they did their own interpretation of making a chair. They used faux leather pieces instead of using twine. I am going to, every time you guys use one of my ideas or have your own ideas and you tag me, I will create a special stories folder or whatever they call them, a section. I will story your stories or story your posts. And yeah, anytime that you tag me of your diorama ideas, I'll try to do it. I don't know how easy that'll for me to do is, considering I hate Instagram now, but I do like to go on there and look at what's going on and try to at least post a picture or something. But what I also did an interpretation of that. I don't know if I showed you that in my last video where I, turned these upside down, used them in different ways. They did it a little more differently than I did. But I thought about making it look like a foldable lawn chair. Like I thought it looked like a lawn chair before. If you remember, I put it just flat on the ground, didn't even use this piece, and I thought that looked cool enough as a lawn chair, but this did take it to the other level. I thought about, what can I use? Zip ties. So what I did, we'll show that in my haul. Oh no, there was a segue to this one. I didn't have to show you this already. Yes, I thought about getting zip ties to attach it, and I knew that they would just look like hinges or brackets once I cut off the long piece. And anyway, I think the chair turned out great. I don't know if it turned out great enough for me to make a second one. It wasn't that hard, the way that I wrapped the twine around here. So I don't know. Anyway, the chair does look pretty cool. Kind of looks like a lawn chair, a collapsible, foldable lawn chair, even though it's not. And yeah, it's kind of sweet. Okay, I think I showed you this in the last video. I got the other version of Dino, and I mean, it's good for the rich museum that I'm creating here. What else did I find here? I think I also showed you this in the last video, but I just put it in this box. We have to do an Easter room, but more importantly, we still have to do a Valentine's Day room. And why have we not done a Valentine's Day room? It's like the 1st of February. I should have been on that. I'm so bad at having things ready for the holidays. I still have to do the moldings on the front walls. We have to do that in a video. I mean, I do have on my other channel videos of me doing the moldings and everything, but instead here I am just collecting more stuff to do. But the dollar store keeps getting such great things. So they did get this. This is a newer fashion collection. At least this was an addition to some other pieces from last year. And I never had these ones, and I wanted them. They were all 3 styles that I thought were really cool, but I wasn't going to pay the expensive, department store prices. Even at Walmart, they're $8 in Canada normally, but when they go to the dollar store and they're like 4 something, then I can't help myself. Also, from the dollar store, the Diorama in Canada, that's where I got those fashion packs. We do not get fashion packs at Dollar Tree in Canada, unfortunately. We might make some Valentines. Here we go. There's little red heart stickers. I was looking for a heart hole punch. Normally I don't like heart things, but I was trying to think, how can I do a Valentine's Day room anyway, because heart motif is really not my thing. But I did think that I could pull out some red pillows, or at least pink pillows, and we could do a pinky kind of room. But when I saw these at the dollar store, they're Barbie. I don't know if they're different from the ones that I bought last year from Walmart. I think that they're different images. I think these are images that I saw on t-shirts, promoting the movie. And now that the brand has been distributed to so many different stores, I think I have seen this image. Anyway, I thought these would look cool as posters one day if I wanted to do that. Posters aren't my thing. I like a more sophisticated look. But, I mean, I might want to do a Barbie teenager room one day. And these would be the coolest little posters, the perfect poster sizes. And they're Valentine's. And nonetheless, it is just fun to have these cool little, even though I do already have some, but the cool little, Valentine's Day cards are kind of cool. Okay, is this something I showed you? See, I don't know what I showed you. I don't think I did show you this. We can kind of do a preview because I have a can here. So I saw this. I do like to do crazy things with scrunchies all the time. Scrunchies are awesome for dolls. You can use them as fur coats and stuff. But when I saw these ones, I mean, again, these are from the Diorama in Canada. And I haven't tried these out, but yes, that is the perfect Easter costume. Easter's more my jam to decorate in than Valentine's Day is. But for February, this really should be a Valentine's Day room. I guess I'll have to get more pink stuff going around. Anyway, those worked out very, very well. Little furry hoods with bunny ears. Kind of cute. I could not pass that up. On the higher price point, I mean, not the highest price point, $175. It wasn't $125, though, unfortunately. What's something else? Oh, this is something that I got today. And again, I'm really mad at myself for keep getting things. I'm supposed to be getting rid of stuff. There's a few things that this triggers. I mean, we can use stones. Rocks are actually very, very popular. I think it's because a lot has been happening on TikTok and people have been collecting rocks, and there is a new phenomena of rock appreciation. But me in general, I'm kind of hippy-dippy-dee-doo myself, and I do like crystals and things like that, and there's just so many possibilities to do with these things. I mean, scale. That is always something that you have to consider. Am I going to take these out right now? No. These jars are kind of large for scale, and I also don't like to use things in dioramas that are really recognizable. And you know how these jars you see a lot at the Dollar Tree and other dollar stores, and they're commonly used. I mean, more so the smaller ones. However, sometimes I have to put my my elitist or my, I don't know, my I don't want my stuff to look like everybody else's. So I do try to avoid things that are recognizable, things that you can't transform. Like, I do believe, this is a good example, this chair is super transformed. If you looked at this, you would not be able to tell that it was like a book stand or a picture stand or whatever kind of stand it is. And this really looks like a little end table. You cannot tell what it was before. I mean, I don't know. You might. To me, it's perfect. It's table perfection. And also, when I am putting things together, of course, you know, this is something that I would have in my own home. I don't like to bring in furniture that I won't necessarily have in my own home. And I think we're going to touch on that in some of the upcoming things that we're looking at too. So, I mean, I can take these out. I see they're even named and everything. So as, you know, as somebody who likes precious stones anyway, it's cool. But I can put them in tinier little glass bottles, put them on the shelf. Maybe they'd look like spices. Maybe they just look like decorations on the shelf. Nonetheless, this was something, it was $4.50. And I think that there's probably so many uses I could do. This one is colorful stones, so it's all kinds of mixed ones. Anyway, red agate and amethyst, and like these are semi-precious stones. This is pretty cool. Tiger's eyes and, you know, clear quartz. This is really, really cool. Super heavy too. And maybe the jars can be used. And maybe, who knows? Who knows? They're cool by themselves. But that is a lesson that I do want to teach more and more over the years, that you really do have to pay attention to scale. Sometimes I do see people use things that aren't quite in scale, and like if you use a picture frame and the picture frame is too thick, it looks like it's a big picture frame. Notice how these ones don't have picture frames on them, and the attention to the thickness of the canvas. If this was too thick, then it would look unrealistic. But the fact that the thickness of these canvases are what they would be like in 1/6 scale, that kind of makes it awesome and perfect and cool. Okay, so here is something that I love to use, and it only comes out in the spring, and they have been putting spring stuff out, and I love these. These are so good, and I use them a lot. Recently, what I've been using them for, okay, this is where the diorama is going to fall apart. We got the roof coming on. See how that happens? When I shift this up room, then I have them all in. I even used the prongs. We will touch on the diorama, moving it around and adjusting it and stuff in the future, and I'll be talking about how it's segmented. I did talk about that on my other channel before I started the dedicated 1/6 scale. But this piece, this middle piece of my roof, I have to put 2 more of these on the sides. So when I do pull off the front level, maybe I want to do that sometimes, because that's why I made it, so it can be transformable and movable and all of that stuff. I want this not to fall when I pull. See, I can either turn it around, but this way I can turn it in any direction and it won't fall. I can turn it the wrong direction. I also like all of my wood to be going the same direction. It just looks better in the diorama. If one is not going the right direction, in the same direction, it looks off. And also I've made sure that all of the warps in the wood look the best and match up as the best they possibly can in a specific direction. So every roof piece and every floor piece has a specific space, even though this is unacceptable or this is bowing up. But again, I might be able to fix that in the future. But yeah, I did want to put 2 extra ones of those on here, but you can use this for molding. I can make it use it for making furniture, and it's just thicker than other popsicles sticks that are out there. So I did find 2 of them. I knew that I needed 2 more pieces to finish the roof of this. And I do like how I even incorporated the things into them, so I actually took advantage of the whole size of them, because they're exactly a foot long. Each one of my room segments are a foot long too, so they just worked out perfect. So have extra stock of those. Okay, Easter time. This is something, see, this is a scale thing. This could be some kind of huge ornate sculpture of an egg, but I kind of bought these just for myself. I just thought I'd show them to you. Now, I could put them, see on the pillars in the back, I have those statues. I could put some kind of wooden eggs. They do suit my style. Giant wooden eggs. It is possible that I could use these in the diorama, but I think I bought these for my own personal house, and I just love things made out of wood. As you can see from my diorama. My diorama reflects the place that I want to live, but these are kind of cool. Maybe I could use them in a diorama. Again, you have to be careful with scale, but I think that they could look pretty cool as 2 giant egg sculptures on those pillars, instead of using the statues at one point or something. And speaking of little sculptures, I picked up this set. This is a new set too. Most of the stuff is from the Dollarama in Canada, huh? But I found these little peg people. I love collecting peg people. You might have seen that during my advent calendars around Christmas time. I guess it was on my vlog channel where I did those advent calendars where I was pulling out little wooden things that I like to collect. But when I saw these, I love them. And I know a lot of you out there prefer color and stuff in your dioramas. And you would be able to paint them and do something fun with them. Now, that's another little tip that we will get into in future videos and stuff, and I'll probably talk about this a lot. The reason I do like this, and the reason that this kind of aesthetic is my preferred one, is because I'm kind of a naturalist, and I love the warm tones of the wood, and I love natural fibers and natural things, so I am drawn to things. When you start, this is the same in real life, in your own home, and in your diorama homes. Sea green is what I've been embracing, because I do want to bring in the outdoors and plants, and yeah, I do love, again, nature and stuff. So I think green's going to be my color mainly when I'm diorama building. But when you are bringing in your favorite colors, and the colors that you like to surround you, and the colors that make you feel good, try not to choose too many. There's things that you can do, but when you start bringing in too many colors, then things start looking messy. And that's, again, the same in real life. A little tip for real life and a little tip for dioramas. You kind of want to choose a color scheme. You kind of want to bring in things. I don't know. With you, maybe it's you like colors everywhere. And I've got to say that in the future, I definitely will be doing children's rooms and stuff like that, where there will be bright colors and bright pops of colors. I know I have lots of fun little storage containers that I want to make like a child's toy storage room, which that's kind of what this is about too. But again, my backdrop will be mostly wood and white and natural, and then the accents of the room will be all colorful and bright and stuff. So that is what I like about these. Again, these are a little bigger, a little out of scale, but they kind of look like statues. They kind of look like giant toys. So if I was living in a time period like this in the early 1800s, and I was collecting like dolls or toys or action figures, they would be made out of wood, and they would kind of look like this. And I don't know, maybe these can even be pop art statues to be in my museum. There's so many possibilities. All I know is, in your home and in your dioramas, you should do and put the things that you love. And when I saw these in the store, peg people, they're definitely the things that I love. Will I buy another package of these? Oh, I never even thought of these. What's the price on these? I don't know. I think that they were cheaper. They might have been. This might have been $1.25. I don't remember. It's too bad that they don't have the price on it. It would have had the price on the shelf. You know what? If this is $1.25, what was I thinking? Why didn't I get two of these? They're cool. Anyway, I can't have too much, and I do have smaller peg people already, so it may be. I don't need to get. I gotta, I have to be careful. I can't get too much stuff. Okay, are we ready for, I don't know, oh man, I got way too many things. Okay, so I kept seeing this in the store, and sometimes it's a different price. Like I don't know, some stores has it at a higher price, so $3.50, which I thought was a little bit expensive, but as you can see, like, it's this rustic industrial. It's what I like so much, and I couldn't help myself. I feel bad that it's kind of expensive, and I bought two of them at first. I bought one. Well, I took one off of the shelf and said, I'll experiment with one and see what I can do with it. Like, I thought that this would be really cool as a bathroom floor, or even a kitchen floor, and that could even be the backsplash. They're kind of tiles, and they're kind of rustic wood at the same time, and they look like planks, and they're just really, really cool. I mean, you're supposed to use them as a backsplash in real life, but I want to use, I love them so much, and I looked at them so much, but they were a bit pricey, and I do have my own floors. But then I found more coasters. So the Dollarama in Canada is going crazy with coasters, and just like it was in the same section of these, and then they've also made these ones in square, and today I've even seen that they have these in white, and they all look like really cool countertops. So what did I bust? I guess I busted this one open as an experiment. Yeah. Oh no, I don't have my other stuff. So when I saw these before, and I said, those would make really cool counters. I mean, I can just line them up and put them in. I have these little boxes that I bought already that I have ready for counters. And then I want to make a kitchen, but I notice in here that there's no real room to make a large kitchen. But the thing about this is things are supposed to be transformable. However, I don't know. I'm going to have to make a small kitchen, because I did think about maybe if I'm making the kind of kitchen that I want to make, it would be a lot bigger than this. But I don't have room to do it. And then it's the upper cabinets. That would be the problem. And the upper cabinets would have to be glued on. So I definitely have to make a dedicated kitchen when I make the room, or I have to figure something out. I have to figure out how. I have magnets and stuff, so maybe I don't know. I'll have to figure out a way to make the room transformable. Anyway, so when I was thinking about these and not wanting to get either, when I thought about them both together and see how the colors work so good together, I just thought, okay, I'll get the countertops and I'll get this, and this can work as a backsplash, like big board backsplash, and it would be a great floor for the kitchen. So maybe I have to make a kitchen. Maybe I'll just make a small little corner kitchen. We're going to have to make a kitchen based on these two things, and I guess I can show you my cabinets from before. You might have seen my cabinets if you have been following me for a while on my other channel. When I was doing dioramas, can I reach them? Oh yeah, they're here. They're here. So I've had all of these little boxes, and I think I prepped these already. Yeah, so they had little latches on here. You know, you find these little chests like this at the dollar store all the time, but these ones were special, especially with the gratings. So I've already worked at transforming some of these, and oh look, I've even had these glued to, they are $1.25 each, these boxes from the Dollarama. I even had these glued on a wall once. So you can see I pulled this one off. But when I glued them together, and they're open, you can open them, even though I don't know if I would necessarily use them. Anyway, I thought these were amazing kitchen cupboards. So maybe I'll just have to make a small little kitchen cupboard, even though I bought so many of these. I don't know if I can show you. So many of them in here, and they come in a few different styles. They come in glass windowed ones, and they come in wood closed cabinet ones. So I thought the closed cabinet ones could be used for an island, or depending on the kitchen that I wanted. And then I also had these boards from a block set, and originally this was going to be my kitchen counter, and I was going to put that up, maybe put these on legs to rise them up a little bit, so that was going to be my kitchen counter. Now let me pull out one of my favorite ones. Now that we have these tiles, I think I want to have real marble kitchen counters. And I mean, I don't want to make it too big because I don't want it to be too heavy. The bottom cabinets can be, removed, and I can make them so it's a movable piece of furniture to move in out. But the upper cabinets, I mean, I kind of really would want to have them as stationary pieces. So we'll have to figure something out. Maybe I'll put a shelf on the wall that the upper cabinets can sit upon. We'll figure it out. But it seems I have to make a kitchen now that I have all of these wonderful elements with the floor and the tile counters. And yeah, it looks too good not to put all together. But I do have to say, I still do love having this wood cabinet, and I was thinking of putting a whole island and a whole counter with this as well. I mean, that's the problem. You can't just make one kitchen. I have to make 800 kitchens. And that is why I try to make things as transformable as possible. So, as my moods change, I can switch up the materials the kitchen is made out of. And I guess that's kind of fun. I'll never run out of an idea of what my kitchen's doing. I mean, I would even like a kitchen made out of pallets. I love pallets so much. The fact that you can get these at the Dollar Tree is amazing. There are just so many things. I mean, that's what I would do if I had more space, and I would just make furniture out of pallets all day in real life. Okay, so we will move on to, here we go. These are the black twist ties that I bought today. They were supposed to segue into how and why I made this chair, but we will make I think we'll probably make another one of these, especially if when summer comes around, because it is such a good outdoor lounge chair. So we do have to do an outdoor lounge space, which this would be a good segue for these. So you know how you have these, they're usually in green, and I kind of want to do some kind of like Stepford kind of lawn where it's a perfect lawn. And I always thought about building out plant boxes with popsicle sticks or the sticks that I like, and putting the green down inside perfectly and making a perfect lawn. However, at the Dollarama right now we have these brown ones, and this would work the same for green ones. But what I did a prototype. So I pulled out one of these, and what I thought I was going to use the green ones, but I saw at the Dollar Tree these plant stickers. Now, also, one of my other rules in real life is I'm a no artificial plant kind of guy. But and I'm also an sparkles kind of guy. But these have sparkles on them. There's just something about the watercolor design and the fact that they're made out of paper. And when I saw these, and you know what the most important part about these is? It's the scale, and that they really would reflect well as 1/6 scale. Like, they look like plant leaves. And so I saw those, and I thought about, and I knew that I had these little pots. I have lots of these that I found at the thrift store. Again, scale is so important. The ones that you find at the dollar store nowadays are a little bit bigger than this, so the scale isn't right. So if you're ever at a thrift store or maybe at a garden center. I don't really look at garden center stuff. Maybe I should more often. You can find tinier ones, tinier than the ones that they make nowadays. So my idea was to combine all of these things together and also get the right wire. So I found this wire, and believe me, I looked at the wire at the Dollar Tree. They had different types of wire, gardening wire and stuff, and I looked at the different ones at the Dollarama, and this is the one. This was a thicker wire, and it was a darker color, a more realistic color. Now maybe I'm thinking stems. I should have looked at pictures of plants more. I think stems are lighter. But still, I really liked the gauge of this wire, which maybe this tells you it's 15 millimeter wire, and it's actually pretty cool. It's got a nice plastic coating on. Anyway, I think I chose the right wire, and I'll probably have to make one of these for you. These are actually the prototypes, but these paper flowers, I put all of the leaves that look together. I thought I was going to, because I have so many of these pots, I thought I was going to make one day, and maybe we'll do this in the month of March. I think that would be good, maybe for St. Patrick's Day when we bring out the green, or maybe as spring comes. I will show you exactly, we'll do step by step how to make the plants. As you can see, they're one-sided. You could probably disguise that, but I mean, we only need to show one size. Nonetheless, these are the things that inspired me. I thought about that as looking at as ground. I was so happy to find brown ones for that purpose as the pots, and then hot glue, and bending the wire in the right place. Some of them can be single. I did want everyone to be single, but I mean, really, this is a one single plant wouldn't really work, and it does look so good. But I mean, I have enough of them that the house is definitely going to be filled with so many crazy plants. And yeah, I can't wait to make more of them and just have a house full of plants and these cool pots. Even though, you know what you can't find for these, especially when you find the small ones, you can't find a small enough saucer. So we might have to make some saucers in the upcoming videos, or figure out, or you know what? We don't need drainage. They're not real plants. We'll see. We'll see, because it would have to be a terracotta. Maybe one day I will find the perfect terracotta saucer for those. But as you can see right here, like for this one, for instance, I would say this one will definitely make a good single plant. This one would probably make a good single plant. We're going to do like a mother-in-law's tongue, I think, with that, and put it maybe, put these three together in one plant. That would probably look good as a plant. So I did buy 2 of each. This is the one that I used so far. This, I was thinking I would put 2 of those together and make that a single plant with 2 branches coming out of it. And I'll make another one with those, just because these ones do all kind of match and go together. So they do make a really nice palm tree. I mean, what a perfect plant for my home. So I'm really excited about those. Maybe I'll have to buy even more of these stickers. Anyway, the perfect leaves. I'm always looking for the perfect leaves and flowers, and I don't have a lot of success with that. Oh, we're not done. There's one more thing. I bought these at Little Ladybugs. I thought that because they were red, that is something that I could decorate for Valentine's Day in the diorama, but it's also kind of gross for me. If you had a little bug infestation. And again, the scale's not great. Like, these would be giant ladybugs, kind of creepy, but also it would look really, really cute. And that would be, for me, I think, a good way to decorate for Valentine's Day instead of having hearts all over the place. We have to bring in some red, but maybe I will decide to do pink instead. Is there anything else here? I mean, this video has been very long, but I think we need to talk about this stuff. The problems that I have with, finding the time to make a Valentine's Day room. There's also, I wanted to do an IKEA room. And there's this, I don't even know if this stuff, I wanted to do this IKEA room for so long, and I never did. But this mirror I found at IKEA even has a chain. I think I could use this chain as a necklace, because it does have little springs that come off. It would be kind of cool. But you can stand this mirror up. It is such a great scale. And I just had these things setting by for a while. And I wanted to do an IKEA room. The reason I remembered to bring them out was because when I was, thinking about what I was going to do with this chair, IKEA has these cell phone chair holders, which are also the perfect scale. And also, once I made these little side tables, I was also thinking about these chairs and how good they would look, just sitting next to, come on, this is not my style with the black metal and everything going on. So I had those for a while, and they really, really fit in. And, I mean, that was part of the whole IKEA room thing with my black metal frame. And then also there's these things. So we have this like cast iron little tea light holder, again with scale. I'm not so confident with these, but I just, I bought one of each. I didn't go crazy. This might be able to be used as a giant fruit bowl. I might find that acceptable. I mean, there are bowls that are that big. It can also be a planter. But, I mean, there's something that I can do with this black one. And I've had this stuff for so long. Maybe I'll still do an IKEA room. But this is a beautiful little pot or bucket, or I don't know I can use it. There's infinite possibilities for a little container. For example, like this thrifty one. That is one of the best finds I've ever found. Not to mention this little scoop. Your silica gel packets. That's what, always save those. You can use them like your little stone, like my little stones that I showed you at the beginning of this video. Okay, and the last IKEA thing I found was this, and this is the reason I went to the store, I think, originally when this was all happening. Now you could just plug this into one of your USB devices, put it behind the couch, you have a modern little lamp. See, I got a new computer and it didn't have a light up keyboard like I was used to, and I couldn't see the keys at night when I was using the computer in bed. And I have to go find a light. And then I looked online, and the nicest light that I could find, and also makes a warm light, which is really important to me. I don't like white lights around. They're good for filming, but when I want to read or see things at night, I like a nice warm light. And this actually gives a warm light. So it's an LED light, but it's a warm light. And I thought, I was thinking how I could just plug this in. It's such a good little lamp. So that's such a great little miniature from IKEA too. So the chairs, this lamp, this mirror, these little basins. And that was not me even looking very hard. But, I mean, I probably should have did a special IKEA room, and maybe one day I will. Maybe I'll go back and maybe I'll find a dish towel or something to make a cloth or a tablecloth or a bedspread out of, and I will put together a whole IKEA room. But I guess that's what this video is about, my little haul here. And then, I guess, did I get other stuff too? It comes into, this is what the lamp comes in. It's all wrapped up in a tiny little box like this and found in the electronics section. I think that these are also found in the electronics section because I believe that they are it has to be a cell phone holder where they made these slots, but it's great as it is. I mean, you could weave like I did with the twine there. You could wrap that all in there, but I mean, it still works as a really cool chair. I'm really happy to have that. They also have smaller Chelsea-sized chairs in the hook section, which I bought before. I probably should have had those out in this video. I know that they're back in my storage, and we will, like I promised in all of my other videos long ago, we will be going through all of my other diorama supplies, and we'll be weeding through. And I guess that's why I feel it's okay to accept these things, because I know that I love these things, and I pass up a lot of diorama ideas and things that I find, but these are things that I would get rid of everything else I have to use. I mean, come on, we know that these real marble countertops are going to look amazing, and the plants look amazing, and I mean, everything. This is my style. Again, you gotta focus on what you like. It definitely makes the hunt even easier, and if you keep in mind the things that you like and just look at objects that you see in the store, step back from their real purpose and kind of see them for, could that be used in the miniverse? Does that look like a 1/6 scale version of something else in one? Does it look like something else in a 1/6 scale world? Oh, thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you stepped by. We have lots of molding. We have so much stuff to do, so much sorting, so many rooms to do. Will I get a Valentine's Day room done? Maybe that should be the next video for sure. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Love you guys. Check out some of these other videos.